Hey, my name is Devin from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. I first met Scott Epp in 2004. Scott was the leader of a small group at the Lakeview Free Methodist Church that we were attending at the time in Saskatoon, Canada. I was 31 and I think Scott was around 25. Although Scott was younger than me, I always thought he was very wise and had exceptional leadership skills. I left this youth group after a year or so when I moved away, but followed Scott occasionally through email and Facebook over the years. When I learned Scott had gotten married and moved to Australia and was pursuing a career as a life coach, I thought this line of work would be awesome fit for him. I started smoking when I was 21 years old and struggled with multiple attempts with quitting the habit almost from the time I started. I smoked casually, then regularly, then off and on, with each on time becoming longer and making it harder and harder to quit. I tried to quit smoking drug Zyban in the early 2000s with short-term and limited success. I tried nicotine gum, nicotine patches, and nicotine lozenges. I saw counselors and psychologists over the years who were unable to help me quit smoking for any length of time. Finally, I went through 2 cycles of the stop smoking prescription drug Ultiamte with short-term and limited success once again. By the time I was 41, I would wake up some nights gasping for breath. Smoking was kicking my ass and I was scared it was going to kill me. I turned to Scott with a small investment in life coaching as a last resort. In hindsight, I should have done this sooner. Scott nailed the core of my problem in just one session. Unlike the solid psychologists I had seen in the past, Scott quickly found the root of my smoking addiction and drew the negative emotions out of my past that had me tightly holding on to smoking as a crutch for over 20 years. Within a few days of my session with Scott, even before I actually quit smoking, I knew Scott had led me to a breakthrough. I even felt pain in my heart for a day or two while I think my body was processing out the negative emotions. Then I knew I'd be able to quit once and for all, for good. My first session with Scott was in the summer of 2014. He nailed the emotional and psychological part of the addiction, and I did start Ultiamte for the 3rd time to help me deal with the physical nicotine addiction. August 25th of 2014, I quit smoking. A month or so later, I stopped taking the Ultiamte drug. I had a couple of shorter follow-up sessions with Scott over the next few months to make sure I was continuing on the right track. I've been quit smoking for over 6 months now. I did have one smoke late one night after partying with some farmer friends, but that was it for a relapse. Now my cravings are few and far between, if at all. I do, however, still enjoy the smell of cigarette smoke if someone nearby is having one, but I don't want to reach out for one or go buy another pack and start smoking again like I used to. This time, it's different. I'm confident this time I'm quit for good. The difference quitting smoking has made in my life is huge. I don't wake up during the night short of breath. I don't stink like cigarettes anymore. I feel healthier, I have more confidence, and my energy level has increased. 2 weeks ago, I actually downhill skied 2 double black diamond runs in the mountains. I haven't had the strength nor courage to do that for about 10 years. How did he do it? I think Scott used a foundation of faith combined with supportive coaching and counseling tools to bring me to a place where I could see the solutions to my own problems. Scott quickly got on my level and met me where I was at. He used a very effective visualization technique to show me what I needed to move forward with successfully quitting smoking. He found things everyone else had missed and he made it seem easy. Scott is fast, Scott is thorough, Scott is interesting, Scott is pretty cool, and an investment in life coaching with Scott Epp is some of the best money I've ever spent. Since the coaching sessions that helped me quit smoking, I subsequently had a couple of sessions with Scott to help me through a lifelong personal concern I had, and I have also booked my next appointment with Scott to get some assistance launching my management consulting business and marketing my new book titled Fix My Life, One Man's Journey to Managing Bipolar and Finding Lasting Happiness. I'm ready for Scott to lead me through my next breakthrough and beyond. Thank you again, Scott.